Hey, I just got a new shocks. I'm gonna take it for a ride, take it for a test run to see how it's doing. I have it on just rear motor only, just to see how the shocks do. Take a ride. You can see there's my rear view mirror camera. There's the display. The leaf is single motor, which is the rear. So I'm gonna go test out these new rear shocks. They're air or gas and oil. Oh, let me put the pegs down. Oh, forgot. All right, here we go. Wow. Oh, I'm in fifth gear or mode 5. Man, this thing has some get up and go. The shocks are night and day. I could tell you already. Night and day. Wow. I hope you can hear me. It's a little windy. Back brakes work. I'll explain how I changed the shocks. I'm sure most of you already know. Wow, this is unbelievable. Wow, I'm so happy with these new shocks. The other shocks really sucked. They were so bad. Fire down Riverside Drive. Wow. I'll do 2 motors on the way back up. 27, 30, just with the rear motor. Just wanted to make sure that nobody else was coming around. Wow, this is great. Hope you're getting a good view. It's a little cloudy in the city. .65 volts. I do obey the traffic laws. I want no reason to get pulled over. If anything, I might speed a little bit. But not so much. I mean, 2 or 3 miles over the speed limit, or if I'm just doing a quick test run, I'm going to turn around here. I'm going to put it in 2 motor. You can't see it, but it's a rocket. Maybe you can see it. It's a rocket, and both motors are now on. This one's front, this one's rear. You can see the difference in temperature. Front motor is 36 degrees, 25. Now, this is probably really going to take off. Oh yeah, you can feel the pulling immediately. This is gonna zip. Gotta really do the throttle slow. Wow. Whoa. This is unbelievable. I'll stop somewhere in the park to go over what I did. Super cool. I'm so happy with these new rear shocks. 68 bucks on Amazon. I'll be sure and leave a link in the description. They're a little bit longer, so you do have to remove the front wheel. I mean the front wheel, the rear wheel. It's great. Okay, here we go. That front wheel really takes off. There's no weight on it. My fat ass is on the rear. Wow. It's almost like too much. Wow. Unbelievable. I could really keep up with traffic doing this. I'm probably just gonna pull over here into the park. Right over here. The next light. I'll pull off and I'll just walk into the park and show you the rest of what I did. Wow, it's almost scary with dual motors. Just the slightest bit of throttle, it grabs and takes off. I was hoping that these shocks would maybe, because they're so stiff compared to the other ones, that they would lift me more towards the front and I would get a better grip on the wheel. But spinning that wheel out constantly, you're going to go through front tires. But so far, oh, look at that. If you do it really slow, but what young kid's going to do it really slow? They're going to gun it every time. I'm going to pull in here. Look at that. Wow. I'll do it right here by the cannon. Sort of explain what I did. Yeah, this is a good spot. All right. Okay, I'm in the park. Here are the shocks.
You get back on. Sunday.
They're adjustable.
They're leaving.
They give you the wrenches.
So
There is a cap under here. I don't know if you can fill them.
I'm like, sure, because I only have to go over there once. So I'll just, I'll do all the little stuff. I'll go over there, and then.
Now they're longer than the original shocks, and as you can see, a bit beefier. I ran this around the brake line. They had the brake line in this shock bracket. This brake line wouldn't work with this shock in that bracket, so I just took it out, put it around the bracket, if you can see, and just decorated it. But you need a 24mm wrench or socket to remove the nuts on the rear wheel. This inner hex is 50mm. I didn't have a 50mm, so I used the Torx 50mm. That worked fine because my Piaggio is all Torx. I don't really own Allen keys, and that's what that really is, but it's similar enough, it works. And I forgot what this was, but mostly you just loosen this, and I put some Loctite in there. See, they're adjustable here. Yeah, this is good. So you don't have to remove the fender. I do recommend you getting a center stand. They sell those cheap on Amazon, and you can raise the bike up, and it balances nicely on the stand. And you don't have to remove this. You just remove the nuts. You unplug the motor. I covered the motor cable in this. It matches all what they used. I don't know. All right. So yeah, I added this around the motor cable all the way up. I don't know if that's split or is that just didn't reach. I think it just didn't reach. But anyway, you just unscrew the motor cable. It was on really, really tight. I had to use 2 pliers to loosen that connection. You remove these, you drop the wheel, and these come off pretty easy. Like I said, they're longer, so this goes down a little further. But once the shocks are off, and you have to do both at once. You can't do one at a time because of the length of these. So you have to take off both shocks. So that's why you have to remove the wheel. I know a lot of people are just deflating it so they can get the Allen key behind here and do it. But I guess if they're the same length, that'll work. But I find the center stand to be really easy. So that's it. I just wanted to give you an update. These are great. So I do recommend upgrading the shocks, you know, that works with people's weight. Like I think that the shocks that come with it maybe $150 in weight. That's it. Especially over bumps and stuff like that. Why they didn't, I mean, the bike is rated for 230 or 330 pounds. Why didn't make the shocks rated for at least 270, 280? I don't know why they cheaped out on the shocks, but they did. But that's about the only thing they really cheaped out on, I think, from what I could tell. So that's it. So I'm very happy with it. All right, guys. Peace.